Welcome to our session. I understand that you've been experiencing some challenges when it comes to sharing your thoughts and experiences on social networks. It's as if there's an invisible barrier between you and that post button, isn't it? Your presence here today shows that you're ready for a change, ready to unlock that potential within you. And that's wonderful because your unconscious mind already knows the best way forward. As we begin this journey together, I want you to know that your task is simple. Just allow yourself to trust your unconscious mind. Trust it to interpret my words in the best possible way for you. Trust it to help you learn, grow, and find the perfect ways to overcome these obstacles. Your unconscious mind knows exactly how to do this in a way that suits you best. So, as we continue, you can simply relax and let your unconscious mind do all the work. It knows how to guide you towards feeling more comfortable and confident in expressing yourself online. And you can look forward to discovering new perspectives and resources within yourself. Now, as you sit there comfortably, I'd like you to begin to notice the gentle rhythm of your breathing. And as you notice your breathing, you might become aware of how your chest rises and falls with each breath. And perhaps you'll notice how with each exhale, you can allow yourself to relax just a little bit more. And while you're noticing your breath, you might also become aware of the weight of your body pressing down into the surface beneath you. And as you feel that weight, you might find that you can let go just a little bit more with each breath. Now, I wonder if you've ever noticed how sometimes when we're scrolling through social media, our minds can wander and we can find ourselves lost in thought. And it's interesting how our thoughts can sometimes feel like clouds passing by in a vast open sky. And as you continue to relax, you might imagine a gentle breeze softly blowing those thought clouds across your mind. Some clouds might move quickly, while others drift by more slowly. And you can simply observe, without judgment, as these thoughts come and go. And perhaps, as you watch these clouds, you might notice a sense of spaciousness growing within you, a feeling of openness and possibility that expands with each breath you take. And as you continue to relax and observe, you might find that your mind becomes more and more still, like a calm lake reflecting the sky above, perfectly clear and tranquil. And in this state of calm awareness, you may discover that you're able to access a deeper part of yourself, a part that holds wisdom and creativity that you may not have fully recognized before. So just allow yourself to drift deeper and deeper into this relaxed state, knowing that you're safe and that you can access this calm whenever you choose. And as you continue to relax, you may find that you're ready to explore even deeper levels of awareness and possibility. And as you continue to relax, you might notice how your breath naturally slows down. With each breath, you can allow yourself to drift even deeper into this comfortable state of relaxation. Perhaps you can imagine a gentle staircase before you, leading down to a peaceful place. And with each step you take, you can go deeper and deeper into relaxation. 10 steps, and you feel your muscles softening. 9, and your thoughts become quieter. 8, and you feel a wave of calm washing over you. 7, and you notice how easy it is to just let go. 6, and you may feel a pleasant heaviness in your limbs. 5, halfway down, feeling more and more at ease. 4, and you might notice how time seems to slow down. 3, and your mind becomes clearer, more focused. 2, almost there, feeling so wonderfully relaxed. 1, and you've reached that peaceful place within yourself. And in this calm, quiet space, you may find that your mind is open to new possibilities. Your unconscious mind is free to explore and discover resources you didn't even know you had. Just as a social network connects people, your mind can now connect to its own inner wisdom. And you can allow yourself to be curious about what insights might emerge. As you rest here, in this deeply relaxed state, you're preparing yourself for positive change. And you can take all the time you need to fully settle into this comfortable feeling before we continue our journey. Now, as you continue to relax and explore your inner landscape, I'd like you to consider something interesting. You mentioned feeling blocked when it comes to posting on social networks, and I wonder if you've ever noticed how a river flows. Sometimes a river encounters obstacles, rocks, fallen trees, or narrow passages. But the water, it always finds a way, doesn't it? It might flow over, under, or around these obstacles, adapting its path, but never stopping its journey. And as you think about this river, you might begin to notice how your own thoughts and ideas are like that water, always flowing, always finding a way. Perhaps you've already started to feel a subtle shift in your perception. I'm curious, have you ever watched a child at play? They don't worry about what others think, they simply express themselves freely and joyfully. And I wonder if a part of you remembers what that feels like. As you continue to relax, you might find yourself becoming aware of the vast reservoir of creativity within you, waiting to be shared. And it's okay to let that creativity flow at its own pace in its own time. You might discover that the very act of sharing becomes easier with each attempt. And isn't it interesting how sometimes the posts we think are imperfect are the ones that resonate most with others. As you breathe deeply, you may notice a sense of lightness, a feeling of the blocks beginning to dissolve, like ice melting in warm sunlight. And with each breath, you might feel more connected to your authentic voice, the one that's always been there, waiting to be expressed. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step, or in this case, a single post. And you're free to take that step whenever you're ready, knowing that each share, each expression, is a celebration of your unique perspective. As we move forward, I invite you to carry this sense of flow with you, allowing your thoughts and ideas to move freely, like that river finding its way naturally and effortlessly. Now, as you continue to relax and explore your inner landscape, I'd like to share a story with you. It's a story about a beautiful bird with vibrant feathers and a melodious voice. This bird lived in a lush forest, surrounded by other creatures and trees of all kinds. Every morning, the bird would perch on the highest branch of its favorite tree, ready to sing its heart out. But something curious happened. The bird found itself hesitating. It would open its beak, but no sound would come out. The bird became confused and a little worried, wondering why it couldn't share its song. Days passed, and the bird noticed that other animals in the forest seemed to be singing and communicating with ease. Squirrels chattered, wolves howled, and even the leaves seemed to whisper their own stories. The bird felt blocked, unsure of how to join in. One day, a wise old owl noticed the bird's silence and flew over to chat. "Why aren't you singing?" the owl asked gently. The bird explained its struggle, feeling silly for being unable to do something that once came so naturally. The owl listened patiently and then said, "You know, sometimes we forget that our voices are uniquely our own. Your song doesn't need to sound like anyone else's. It's beautiful because it's yours." The bird pondered this for a moment. Then the owl continued, "Why don't you start by simply opening your beak and letting out whatever comes naturally? It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be authentic." Encouraged by the owl's words, the bird decided to try. It opened its beak, and at first only a small chirp came out. But that was enough. The bird felt a spark of joy at hearing its own voice again. With each passing day, the bird's confidence grew. It began to experiment with different melodies, sometimes singing softly, sometimes loudly. Some days its song was short, other days it was long and complex. The bird realized that each variation of its song was valuable and worth sharing. Soon, the forest was filled with the bird's unique melodies once again. Other animals stopped to listen, appreciating the bird's return to song. The bird discovered that by simply being itself and sharing its authentic voice, it was contributing something beautiful to the forest community. And so, just as this bird found its voice again, you too can rediscover the joy of sharing your unique perspective on social networks. Your posts, like the bird song, don't need to be perfect. They simply need to be authentically you. And that, in itself, is something truly worth sharing. And now, as we begin to bring this journey to a close, you may notice how your mind is starting to shift, gently returning to a more wakeful state. At your own pace, allowing your awareness to expand bit by bit. You might first become aware of the sounds around you, perhaps the gentle hum of the room, or the rhythm of your own breath. And as you do, you can begin to feel a renewed energy flowing through your body. Remember that the insights and resources you've discovered are always with you, ready to be accessed whenever you choose to share your voice online. You can carry with you that sense of confidence and authenticity that you've uncovered. As you prepare to open your eyes, know that each time you approach social media, you can tap into this feeling of empowerment and connection to your true self. Your unique perspective is valuable and worthy of being shared. Now, gently wiggling your fingers and toes, bringing movement back into your body. And when you're ready, at your own pace, you can open your eyes, feeling refreshed, renewed, and ready to engage with the world in a way that feels genuine and fulfilling to you. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, fully return to this room, carrying with you all the positive changes and new perspectives you've gained. Welcome back to a world where your voice, your thoughts, and your experiences can flow freely, enriching both your life and the lives of others.